off with a bit of a monologue from the demon Asmodeus himself. So,
Claim to know me? No mortal creature can know me, nor can the feeble angel. None can know my power, for I am Asmodeus, king of demons. I shall plague this wretched whore, and under my influence she shall claim the lives of all of her lustful suitors. For my name is Wrath. Fear me and tremble in my presence, for I am chaos itself. I am wickedness, I am depravity, I am corruption. Upon facing Tobias, I gloated, not out of pride, but as a simple taunt. In fact, I'm not normally a prideful entity. Sociopathic, absolutely. Narcissistic. But prideful. Only intimidation. That conceited persona is not but an act I perform as a means of goading on my enemies, so as to uproot their foolhardy loyalty and shatter their blind obedience. It's not because I want to turn them or to sway them. No, their betrayal of the Lord is not my goal. It is simply a means to an end. And my end is simple. I want to have my fun. I want to break them. I want to watch them burn. Over my vast reigns, the king of demons, my wife, Lilith, and I have learned more and more ways to slowly overrule the minds of the angels. We studied their psyches, and eventually we learned exactly how the little gears turned in their heads, and we knew exactly how to throw a wrench into them. Through our research, we discovered that one of the most sensitive nerves we needed was remarkably simple. The cardinal sins: sloth, greed, lust, gluttony, envy, wrath, and finally, pride. Thus, emulating mankind's stubborn, unwavering pride became common practice in confronting an angel. However, though the prideful boasting on my part was only pretense, it was not a bluff. All of that talk about the power I was completely accurate. And the angels know that just as well as Lilith corrected me. With Lilith at my side, there is little we cannot accomplish. Together we have corrupted the noblest of souls, possessed the least permeable of minds, shattered the strongest of wills, and reduced the most courageous of heroes into trembling, whimpering cowards. Why? I find these things to be endlessly entertaining. Day after day, we get to frolic like worthless children, wreaking havoc wherever we go. And the possibilities for accomplishing this are limitless. In fact, my wife and I have turned our wrath upon humankind into a competition scoring system that accounts for all of the sins each of us causes humans to commit, human casualties we cause either directly or by influencing another human to cause them. With bonus points, of course, for corrupting nature. And with a weekly routine of specific art forms of desolation, which we must work on magic. We are about a year and a half into our current routine, and it has been my personal favorite of all of the schedules we followed so far. On Mondays, we handle, all of our responsibilities as the royalty of hell. But as soon as Tuesday rolls around, our recreation competition begins. On Tuesdays, we focus on top nations, either by corrupting and or assassinating high-ranking officials, or by causing civil unrest. In general. On Wednesdays, we specialize in the art of natural disasters. Tornadoes, floods, earthquakes, landslides, fires, tidal waves, volcanic eruptions, meteors, and so on. We have scourged the earth with them all. On Thursdays, we temporarily relinquish our oppression of mankind, instead focusing solely on luring out angels and entrapping them so that we may then torment and torture those days. Though not the most exciting, are by far the most satisfying. Then on Fridays, she and I each possess the first person we see and proceed to do as much damage as we possibly can, whilst remaining in that one body for the entirety of the day. I especially appreciate these days because of the vast creative opportunities they present. The days to which I most look forward, however, are Saturdays because they are equal parts entertaining and fascinating in how wildly unpredictable they can be. This is because my wife and I spend our Saturdays preying on the pathetic fragility of the human mind. We do this by randomly jumping from person to person, not possessing them, whispering to them. We inject darker and darker thoughts into the minds of our helpless victims, bending and twisting and contorting them until finally they snap. We then take the next several minutes to bask in the inevitable hilarity that ensues. Finally, on Sunday, we rest, of course. After all, it is the Sabbath.
All right. And
Wow, I just need to be afraid for a minute. Hold on. I need some cleansing after that. You became that demon. Don't you need, like, I don't know, some sort of
I have some sage in my room.
sage?
I'm not kidding.
Sage or
Need an Orthodox.
an Orthodox priest. That would be good. How did you do
Who
that?
does?
Okay, I'm gonna let you go on.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
god. I need to do a brushing.
Okay.
All right. And now we have a quick clip, which is the scene in which Tobias and Raphael are able to thwart the demon Asmodeus using the heart and liver of a dead fish.
Okay, hold on. Is this something from y'all that you did? All right, and who plays Tobias?
I play Tobias, Corey is Raphael, Asmodeus, Sarah, and then
I'm the
Jenna
dog.
plays the dog.
It's that design.
It's that design.
This is
Alright, Tobias. Sarah's just inside as the demon Asmodeus is possessing her. Remember what I told you?
Yes, I'm gonna burn the liver and the heart of the fish, and I will cast away the demon so I can bury my beloved Sarah.
Very good, brother. Have faith that everything will be fine.
Will do. Wait, what is that over there?
Oh, the grave. That's for you. Well, it's only for you if you get killed by Asmodeus. It's just precautionary. No, I'll shoot you. Off you go. Oh my God. Ha! Foolish Ninevite. Do not know that I have become this woman's past 7 suitors? Do you really think that you can thwart me?
Yes, I do, because I met a total stranger who told me that he knows how to defeat you.
That smell!
Those people.
Set design, I get it.
Fine. Safe at last. Not so fast, Amadeus. It is the reckoning that I see as a human beings on earth are over. Ah! Sticks. How you get here so fast? Don't tell Tobias. I'm actually an angel of the Lord. I guess that makes sense. At least I'm away from the smell.
Thank you so much, Tobias. You saved my life. Now I can be happily married.
Thank God. Oh, but you shouldn't thank me. It was my companion who told me how to defeat the demon.
Whoa, where is he anyway?
Sorry. Take care of something.
This day has been so wonderful. Wow.
Don't worry. You're a little chained up.
Just the best.
We're gonna be famous. I know two of them are being so first. Be sure you send me the YouTube video.
Okay. It's 15 minutes long. I'm gonna start it in.
Are you still Sarah or are you Mary Ann now?
I'll be marrying you.
Okay, just wanna, I need to keep up. I had a real scare at the first of that presentation, so.
Okay, so the book of Tobit is set in Nineveh, and it recounts, as you saw, the trials of Tobit, his wife Anna, son Tobias, and niece and the later daughter-in-law Sarah. And one of the main themes that runs through the whole book is loyalty. And so the different characters trying to be loyal to each other, as well as to God as they face different trials. So Tobit, in the beginning of the stayed loyal to the law of God. And if you read the book of Tobit, you see examples of the different Jews committing quote-unquote Gentile acts and being unclean and such. Alright, one of the things that scholars often stress in the book of Tobit are the female characters, because normally in different religious texts, women aren't really talked about a lot, but in the book of Tobit, it's different. So minor characters like the grandmothers aren't really mentioned very often, but Tobit's grandmother is, because she's responsible for teaching them the law of Moses. And Anna is also mentioned quite a bit because she actually acts as the family's primary breadwinner, which isn't very common in religious texts either. And finally, there's Sarah, and she's the main female character in the book. And her character is really introduced right after Tobit, and lots of people consider them parallel figures because of this. And her trials also occur at roughly the same time as Tobit, and in some ways they're actually very similar, because Tobit is accused of giving up his pious religious life, and Sarah is also falsely accused by her mates. And what's interesting too is they both pray at roughly the same time. Like if you read through the book, it says, and on the same day, same thing. So that's also very interesting. And finally, God rewards both of them for their faithfulness in the book too. That should be all there is. You can skip this one.
Alright, it isn't until the second half of the book of Tobit that Tobias really becomes a prominent character, and in a way, the protagonist, as he's sent on his journey with Raphael to help save Sarah and fulfill his father's wishes. And he is also possibly the most prominent example of loyalty within the entire book of Tobit. Here are some examples of it. When he thwarts the demon Asmodeus, he burns the liver and heart of the fish, which is something that Raphael told him to do. And if you think about it, like his life was on the line. Like his family even had a grave dug for him because they just assumed that he was going to be defeated. But he took Raphael's word. He trusted him and remained loyal to the fact that he knew what he was doing, and then ended up defeating the demon. And also by marrying Sarah, he showed dedication to her in the face of his own life being in danger. When he restored the sight of Tobit, as Marianne said, Tobit became blind early in the chapter. It was actually using another part of the same fish that he rubbed on his father's eyes, which ended up restoring his sight. And this was another instruction from Raphael. And this also could have worsened his father's health, could have maybe like even killed him. So he had to have great faith and had to have great dedication to the cause, and it ended up working out well. And finally, when Tobit is on his deathbed, he tells Tobias to leave the land of Nineveh, where they're currently living, because he foresaw that it would be destroyed. And so Tobias ends up following his father's wishes and moving to Media, which is where Sarah was from, and living with that family. And then at the very end of the book, it says that he witnesses the destruction of Nineveh and lives happily with Sarah and her family. And we mentioned the dog in the book of Tobit because it's a bit of an odd addition, because it's mentioned twice, just how he joins Tobias and Raphael both to and from their journey. And there's a couple theories as to why the dog is added. These are the two most prominent ones. One is that the dog is another angel that is following them, but the most prominent one is that he is a companion of Tobias's, so like a pet that just follows him on his journey. As during this time, during long journeys, it was typical that a person would carry or bring along a companion or a pet or something of that nature. And it's funny that this isn't necessarily a theory, but we were talking about how our thesis was loyalty, and it was kind of funny that a dog was kind of just randomly added in the book.